Joining us now, Aaron Gulbransen. Aaron, good to have you with us, man.
Thank you, sir. Good to be on. I'm enjoying my morning coffee and enjoying my morning cigar, which I hope the government doesn't take away from me pretty soon. So,
well, they're going to be attempting to do that. So, Aaron, before we get into war on cigars, which basically is the government's attempt to tell you what to do,
yep.
Let's have one final conversation about Saturday's convention, because I can't do it anymore come Monday, right? It's a week old. It took me 3 days to get over that. I'm over it now. But what was the deal there? Why did Cuccinelli upset, 2,500 people basically over one delegate, and now the cruise campaign's over the next 2 days? What was the thinking there?
I mean, my view of him leaving Corey Stewart off the delegate slate was, Ken Cuccinelli, that was his personal flip-off to Corey Stewart, and that's the kind of politics that Ken Cuccinelli engages in and has engaged in his entire political career. So that's my summation of it. I think he was essentially telling the Commonwealth of Virginia and the delegates at the convention that he knew better than they did, and he wanted to hamstring a potential rival's future. So that was kind of my takeaway from that.
Aaron, do you think Cuccinelli has a political future in Virginia?
Well, I think Ken has one. That remains to be seen. I think the man's probably going to run for U.S. Senate. I think you'll see him at some point in time favor a primary for next year's governor's elections in an attempt to garner some establishment support. And I think he'll probably, keep his options open, but run for U.S. Senate. And I don't think the delegates in the room on Saturday will probably be supporting that run, but he's got some time to mend some fences, but he's got to start doing it really quickly, and he's not exactly been known as a fence mender.
I think he's done. Aaron, let's get to cigar wars. The FDA now putting out a new edict. Can you share with our audience what the deal is here?
Okay, basically, and I want everybody to think about this when, it's not just this big sticky object that we're messing with, the federal government's messing with. You and I enjoy cigars, some people don't. What should matter to people is you've got over 35,000 Americans that might find themselves out of a job under this new edict. What it does is, backing up, in 2009, Congress sadly gave the FDA the ability to regulate the cigar industry, which I consider one of their many errors. And the FDA has taken the ball and run with it way beyond the mandate that Congress has given them. Unfortunately, the FDA considers premium cigars, which are handmade, which are more craft items than they are mass-produced. You're not talking the Philly Blunts or any of these other garbage things that you can buy at 7-Eleven. We're talking about things that take hours of work and handmade and are sold in with the lifeblood of the cigar industry is the brick and mortars, which employ a lot of Americans. So unless the product was on the market before February 15th, 2007, cigar manufacturers basically will have to submit and pay around a $250,000 fee and cost them that kind of money in order to get their product reviewed, dissected, and in order to be on the market. Now, you're talking that for every single shape, size of a cigar. So, you and I have probably like similar cigars, and you're talking millions of dollars of cost to the companies, and the companies will have a choice to either double, triple, and quadruple their prices, which means the average cigar will cost somewhere in the range of $15 to $25 rather than $6 to $8 as it does now, or they will go out of business. And the smaller companies, the My Father Cigars of the world, the Gurkhas, a lot of those cigars will go by the wayside. And the only companies left standing might be the Macanudos, and a $6 Macanudo will turn into a $25 Macanudo. And the other thing it does is it eliminates free samples that the reps or the companies give to customers so they could try out, or the companies that could, the brick and mortar shops could try out to see what they want to carry. The worst part of it is the required warning labels on packaging and advertising, which takes a lot of fun out of the industry, and you're basically going to see cigars kept in a back room in the places that are left standing, and they'll show you a picture of the cigar without a band on it, And, oh, do you want to, do you want to smoke this cigar? It'll turn it into very much almost like visiting the doctor's office to pick up a cigar, for lack of a better simile there. So it's going, but to get really, that's in the weeds. Basically, you're talking about the loss of somewhere in the range of 20,000 jobs, and a lot of these stores shutting down, and something that you and I and a lot of people, that brings people together. So I consider cigars the last bastion of open and true discussion in the country, where people talk about politics, religion, and sports, and don't even yell at each other. So it's a big problem we've got, and we need to fight the government overreach here. It's absolutely insane.
What is the objective here? I mean, why is the FDA involved in now making these edicts affecting the entire cigar industry? What is this about? What's the real catalyst for this, Aaron?
Well, I think it's the complete Obama agenda. I mean, it is the complete nanny state expansion into telling us what we can or cannot do with our lives, and that's exactly what it is. Their stated agenda is they want to restrict underage tobacco use. But I will tell you, in all studies done for premium cigars, there is a 99.9% success rate by the cigar companies from keeping underage sales done to minors. Now, you can't prevent if your dad wants to give your 16-year-old son a cigar, which no one's advocating for, but we know that happens. But state overrun society, and their stated goal is absolute hogwash.
I tell you what, this whole thing has got to go. More reason to vote for Trump as a Republican nominee and get rid of some of this nonsense. Is there a call to action for cigar smokers like me that are outraged over this and the jobs we're talking about? Is there anything that we can do about it?
Yes, we can. There's actually pending legislation before the House and the Senate. I'll give you the bill numbers. Senate Bill 441 and House Resolution 662 that are currently before Congress. That one of the biggest proponents of it has been Congressman Dave Pratt in the House. We're a little weaker in the Senate. Basically, if they pass those two laws, it will reverse the FDA action, exempt premium cigars from this kind of regulation. Of course, I do believe that we need a President Donald Trump to sign those laws into action, or at least and also to maybe restaff the FDA a little bit and keep those nanny state liberals out of telling us what to do.
All right, you got that right. Aaron, we're out of time. We want to thank Aaron Gulbransen for being with us today. Aaron, are you going to any of these conventions on Saturday? I think there's the 1st, the 8th, and the 3rd. I'll be at the 3rd speaking on the behalf of the Trump delegate ticket. How about you? I
think I'll be at the 1st. I'm going to go hang out with whatever Trump people are at the 1st district. And then of course we got the 7th coming up on the 21st, which I'll be there too.
I know you'll be there. That's our district, and our team running for national delegate, myself and Fredericks Robert Ike. There's 16 other people running, and so we're really gearing up for that. We're working hard. Got phone calls going, and don't want to give my strategy away on the air, but all I can say, Aaron, is we're looking pretty good right now, so we'll see how it plays out. Thanks for being with us, man. I really appreciate all you do, Aaron Gulbransen. Thank you so much. Keep fighting, and we'll get this